I think your plan must be written, because whenever God wants to bring somebody into a future, he gives them something that they will keep looking at. Abraham, I want to make you the father of many nations. Then he shows him the stars. Then he shows him the sun at the seashore. So anytime Abraham is seeing that, oh, the future. Yeah, and that one alone is there.
Hey there, welcome to the BKS podcast with Bakweku Simon. Get ready to dive deep into the atmosphere of growth in all facets of life, because that's what we're all about.
Hello precious one, we've come your way once again with insightful content that I believe will bless you and impact you greatly. My name is Bakweku Simon, and if you have not yet subscribed to this channel yet, kindly do so and then hit the notification bell so that you'll be alerted anytime we post a video. And if you're a returning subscriber too, I don't take your commitment to this platform for granted. I cherish you, and I want to thank you for always coming back to come and check what we have. Today we are still going to talk about one of the important things that we all need in life as humans. There is this adage that if you don't plan, then you are eventually planning to fail. So today we are going to talk about planning and all that it has to do with it. And I'm privileged to have Mr. Prince here to help us dive deep into the subject planning. So also Prince, you're welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you. And once again, I'm so grateful for having me here once again. You can be on the show once, but if you are asked to come back again, it means that what you did previously was really appreciated. And thank you very much. And I must say that you are really doing a great work, especially for those of us there. When I watch your videos, the guidance it brings to us, the encouragement, the wisdom it brings to us, it may look like it's something small, but the impact is greater, because everyone you put out there, if I'm blessed by it, all the people coming from my loins will also be blessed by it. So thank you so much. And I want to salute all the wonderful subscribers, viewers, every time you put a video out there. God bless you. I'm very happy to.
Alright, so also for Princess, God bless you. We are zooming into the topic planning. Also, for what is planning? It's planning in itself.
Before I even move on, I believe we have our there was a last episode we had on goals.
Yes.
So people can have it. Probably we can put it.
Yes. So if you have not watched that session yet, the link will appear somewhere here or here on the screen. Kindly tap it, and I also have it in the description below. Go and check it out.
So it will be a build up from there. So in our previous time, I mentioned that a goal is just like a goal post. When we are playing football, the plan is what the team does in order to get to the goal. That is the plan. So the goal is where I want to be. The plan is what I want to do daily to contribute to getting to the goal. So I have to pass the ball to this person, pick it up here. We have to use this formation. All of that becomes the planning. So what is planning? One of the ways I define planning is bringing the future into today and doing something about it today.
Okay.
I want to be here, but I bring tomorrow here. I want to be there, but I bring there here.
Okay.
And I ask myself, what can I do today to take here there?
Okay.
Very good. Or it is the price we pay on daily basis in order to contribute to the cost of the goal that we want to get. So imagine that your goal, I like using monetary terms because human beings understand the language of money. So let's say the goal you want, where you want to be, is 1,000 Ghana cedis or $1,000 for the international community. $1,000. Now, if that is your goal, bringing the $1,000 today, I'm asking myself, how much do I have today, or can I afford to contribute to the $1,000 cost? So what I'm doing on daily basis, the framework, the blueprint I lay down to make sure that I complete the payment of that 1,000, which is the goal, that now becomes planning.
All right. So bringing there here and taking here there, that is the planning. What do I need to bring tomorrow to today and then transport it to tomorrow again?
All right. So Planning is so important. Planning is so important. In Luke 14, verse 28 to 30, Jesus said, suppose one of you wants to build a tower. He said the first thing he would do is to sit down first. Sit down. In other words, anytime you have a goal, the first thing to do is not to run. The first thing is to sit down. To sit down. Wise men sit before they run. Wise teams sit. They sit before they are coached, before they go to the field. That's the same thing. So the first thing to be able to bring the future into today is to sit down. Sit down. And then he continues by saying that when he has sat down, he consider whether he has enough to bear the cost for that tower. So now you consider, how much will it take me to be able to reach that goal? I want to be a millionaire. Is good. What will it take me to reach there? My current state may not afford me to reach there. That's when the previous I talked about growth.
Yeah.
Because everything that comes into your life is only attracted to your growth. As funny as that will be, everything in our life that we have is only an attraction to our level of growth. Your relationship, the people in your life are only attracted to who you are, not what you who you really are. So if we are becoming better off, then the people. So ask yourself, the current me, can it afford that goal? No. Then you now ask yourself, then what can I do to myself and my situation to let me be? So sit down, think about where I want to be. Ask yourself, what will it take me to get there? You are laying down the plan. What will it get me to get this thing done? What virtues do I need? What resources do I need? How do I get them? Then at this stage, what you are doing is what we call, you are planning. So to bring the future into today, sit down, consider exactly what the future is, and then ask yourself, what do I need to do in order to get to this future from here?
What do I need to do to get to this future? Now, my next question will be about effectiveness.
Okay.
So what will constitute to an effective planning in practical terms? I know that there may be various definitions. When you run Google search today, AI will give you a lot of, but then we want in practical terms, what will contribute to an effective plan?
Wow. So I want to do something. All right. I have a goal. I want to attain the goal. And we are saying that you have to put a plan in place. When we say something is effective, if that thing is able to yield the results that you need. So the first thing is, if you want your plan to be effective, the first question is to ask yourself what you need in order to be able to get to it. That is the first requirement. I believe you need to have an effective plan. You must know what it takes to be able to purchase that goal. That is the first thing, and that is why most people get it wrong. They want to become something, but their plan is not building them towards that thing. You want to become a very good musician. You must. What makes people become great musicians? And then so that is the first thing. If you want to have a great plan, ask yourself, what will it take me? What will it take me to be able to achieve this goal for which I'm laying out this plan? Write them down. That is the first thing. Write them down. Number 2, a plan is going to be effective because you are intentional about carrying them out. Plans don't work out for them by themselves. If you are not intentional about things, you will not. I don't see anybody who became great by accident. No.
There should be an intentionality.
An intentionality. This is what I've laid down, and I'm committed to doing this thing over. So there should be an intentionality to it. I've by the grace of God, I believe I have great people around me. When I say great, I don't know how people define great, but for me, if I see any man who at his current level is contributing in any way to humanity, I see him to be great. All the people around me doing things, one of the things about it, they are very intentional. Things don't happen to them. They are making things happen intentionally. So they have the plan, everything they are doing, even the book they are reading, they are intentional about it. Even the friends they are making, they are intentional about it, all with the intention to bring them to the goal. So if you want to have an effective plan, first of all, know what you want to do. Number two, be intentional about bringing that doing something about the plan. Don't expect that just because you have written it down, it will begin to get done. The last time I talked a little bit about habits. When you have a plan, make the plan become a habit for you. Make it become your daily something. All right. Greatness is really insane, a habit. It's just something you do little every day, compounding together, becoming what you have to really be. So if you really want to have an effective plan, if you want your plan to be effective, let that plan grow into becoming a normal life habit. Now, all of us wants to have good breath. What do? It's our goal.
Yeah.
So we have made something become wired into our daily routine that makes us achieve that. All of us, we want to have good breath. So every day morning when we wake up, we brush.
Yeah.
And sometimes it even makes us forget that the real intention is to have good breath. It has become so part of you that you don't stretch, you don't worry yourself to go and brush your teeth. The same thing. You have the goal, the plan that you have set. Let it become part of your daily routine.
Okay.
Daily routine. It is at that point you can know that that plan will stand. Plans that are once in a while something you try something, they have not become part of your being. It's very difficult for them to yield. It's what you keep cutting over and over. If you want to cut down a tree, keep hitting one place over and over and over. At one point, it comes down. So let it become something daily you are doing, part of you, and then with time you get there.
Let's talk about distractors.
Okay.
You may have all these plans in place. You may have been able to cultivate the ability to make these plans part of your habits, but then they are distractors, things that try to hinder you from pushing to achieving your goal or following through this plan. How do I deal with these distractors?
All right. I think one of the major problems I've realized people have is their inability to say no. I remember when I was in JHS 2 or 3, there was one of Isaiah's books. People find it, I think we were teaching about teenage pregnancy and all of that. And the book said that people can easily pronounce tintinabulation more than no. Just no is N-O. No. But saying it is very hard for people. You have a goal, but people have their goals, and sometimes they want to force you into their goal.
Because you will have to help them achieve their goals.
You will have to help them achieve their goals. But you see, God wired in such a way that the things we do for each other, they are interwired. Most of the time, if we're really living purposeful, you realize that helping people is easier because whatever you are doing for them, you realize that it's helping you as a person. As I'm sitting here, if somebody tells me that he's a musician, or there is a musical show and he wants me to go with a person, and somebody comes to tell me that there is a leadership program, and which one will I say yes and no to? I want to go to the one that I think is more in my area, not because the other one is not good. That's what I'm talking about. Your ability to say no to certain things, not because they are bad, but because they may not be what you need to be able to get to
where you are going.
They don't line up with the plan that you have made. So there are a lot of distractions around. A lot of distractions because there are many voices around you. But what do you really want? You must have the ability to say no to things that doesn't, and it's very simple. Saying no should be simple.
Should be one of the simplest
things you should be able to do respectfully. Oh, Daddy, thank you very much for the opportunity you want to give me. But at the moment in my life, this is what I'm doing. And maybe in another time, I may have time for it. For now, I don't have it. Now, I'm not talking about just long term, even short term plans. It's just like a student in school. And then he has a plan that this semester he wants to get this CGPA. And for that to happen, the assessment, he's trusting that maybe assessment will get something like 30 over 40. There is an impending quiz. And somebody is telling him that he wants him to come and lead prayer for a watch 97 to go. Then the next day is the quiz. He knows he has not really prepared to run. if he is not able to say no, that becomes a destruction to his goal.
Yeah.
So that is what I'm trying to say here. So you should have the ability to say no. And like I mentioned the last time, you should have people around you who are able to help you identify distractions. No, people are able to identify things around our life more than ourselves. Yeah. And I think it's one of the precious gifts. That's why you need a very good circle around yourself. People are able to know when things around you are going down and all of that. So they will point out to you that no, I think you are not working out here, like to help point certain distractions. And I think this is the way you were veering, but it's no more like that. Yeah. So there are a lot of distractions around, but know that everybody, whatever everybody tells me to do, is because they also want to carry out their plan. And you cannot pour from an empty cup. Mm-hmm. If people keep using you, but you are not improving yourself in the process for your own sake, a time will come you'll be empty and you can't pour anymore.
They won't even come for you.
They will not come for you. Yeah. They will not come for you again.
Let's talk about getting these plans into action. Okay, I've done everything that I'm supposed to do. I've dealt with these distractors, but then I don't see myself coming back on track. What do I do?
Yes, you have a plan. You realize that
I've gone off.
You've gone off.
Yes. And I want to come back to track.
It always happens because humans don't travel so much in straight lines. There is so much noise around us. Mm-hmm. There are many things pulling you that sometimes you don't even know you have gone very far off. And that is why I tell people that evaluative plans are more important than the plans itself. The plan, to come back to the plan, to re-evaluate, to ask yourself important questions about the plan is more important than the plan itself. Because when the evaluation is not intact, then you will be doing things and sometimes you are even far away. Your motivation is lost and everything. But if you sit down, so set evaluative plans. They are part of the planning, but you can let them stand on something on their own. Every week, you had a goal for a month. Maybe you set a goal and the goal was for a month. Every week you can review it. You set a goal for a year. Can you review it every month to see how far with it? Is the passion the same? If the passion is not the same, what can I do? Sometimes you can just read a book and all of a sudden you can expose yourself to a particular environment and all of a sudden that thing will be stirred up once again for you. So if you want to stay in line with your goals, everybody must make sure that they are at every point in their life. If they want to stay consistent to that goal, re-evaluating what they initially said. They shouldn't leave the plan that the plan will take care of itself. You made the plan did not make you. So you must make sure that every day you come back to the plan, re-evaluate it, and see how you can. Am I deviating away from it? Is there something that I can do? Is there something I can remove from my environment to help me? Sometimes it can be something as if maybe you want to save. You realize you are not able to save. Distractions are just sit down. You realize that maybe you are spending so much on data. You are spending so much. It's something your attention have not just gone on. It's taking away money from you. Quiet reflection and evaluation can help you straighten yourself and come on.
Wow, this is interesting. Now let's go off a little bit. Which aspects or which areas of my life needs strategic planning? Which areas?
All right, so let me categorize them a little bit. The first thing is your health. I said you can't pour from an empty cup. If at the moment anything happens to this body and you have to lay in bed, all the other things in your life, forget it. You can't. So you have to have a plan for your health. A plan for your health. You view yourself at the age of 70. What do you want to see yourself to be like? Simple. I want to be a strong man who is free from every age-related disease at that time. A strong man who can maybe walk this number of miles. Be realistic. You can check people who are models of the kind of, and there are people in their 70 who you may admire, they are still strong. You can look at what they are able to do and use to set your own. Then you ask yourself, what must I do on a daily basis? You realize that it's online. This one you don't have to even need an expert. What must I do there? They say that if you don't want to get this sugar age related, don't do this, don't do that. Then program. So one is your health, second is your personal growth. I'm not doing them in any order of importance. Your personal growth, right? It's not just enough for you to have a body. The brains must work. So what are you doing to become a better you on daily basis? In terms of a better you, your mind, the way you reason. Are you becoming a better, your character, how are you really a better person? So look at things that you know you are weak at and work on them. You realize that when it comes to relating with people, I'm weak. When it comes to I want to become a very good minister, maybe a pastor, whatever. But when it comes to how I talk to people, I think I'm harsh. You are going to feed. So what must I do? You must have a plan for your personal growth. You must have a plan for your relationships. What do you want to do? Your family, how do you want to relate with them? Your circle. Who are the people that you want to keep in your circle? And what investment do you want to make into the relationship to make them strong? That's why I said great people are always intentional. When I meet with my friends, they have plans, intentional plans on how to keep people in their circle. You need to invest too. You don't just sit there and you think that things, you invest intentionally. You see that the brother is doing something, you go out of your way to be there for them. So you have to have a plan for that. What do you want to do to be able to keep your relationship? And your relationship you can include if you are courting, and then you can come to your marriage. Also one thing standing on its own. What do you really want your marriage to be like? And then you can come to your finance in terms of money. How do you want to plan for your money and all of that? And then you can also have your career. I think I've mentioned 7. In terms of career, where do you want to be? Where do you want to be at the age of 70 career wise? Maybe you would have retired as this. Maybe career, you can set it in short, 20 years. This in terms of career, this is where I want to be. A career, somebody may call it ministry if the person is in the line of ministry. Somebody may call it business plan if it's in the area of plan. But the idea is that whatever that you are committed to, that is what is bringing you some form of money. You can term it around your business, career, or anything like that.
This is very, very, very great and interesting. It means that almost every aspect of our lives needs planning, and it needs an intentional planning. At what point must I review my plans?
As often as it will keep you on track. In fact, I know people who review daily plans. That's why I said planning is bringing the future into today. So today you did something to your plan. Can you evaluate it? So, and daily evaluation is very simple. I set out to do some things today. I'm going to bed. Was I able to do them? I couldn't do this. Why? The way I spoke maybe about it, was it better? This, I said I wanted to put this aside. I couldn't put it aside. Why? So evaluation should be done on daily basis, I believe. But if you think that would be so tight for you, you can begin on weekly basis. Even if that would be tight, at least monthly basis. But just make sure that intermittent you are doing it. Like I said, everything begins with doing it. Don't force yourself too much. If you go and do gaga every day, you do it will stretch you out. But can you start a week or a month? Review your plans. If your plan is 10-year plan, you can even review it every year. But if your plan is just a 1-month plan, then you must be reviewing it probably every week. If it's a 1-week plan, you must be reviewing it every day.
So depending on the lifespan of the plan, must every plan be written? Should you have your plans written? And what are the importance of writing them?
Yes. The first, I think your plan must be written. I call something, one of the things I believe people don't achieve their goals, I call the vision factor. Your ability to see what you want to get done every day before you. It's powerful because whenever God wants to bring somebody into a future, He gives them something that they will keep looking at. Abraham, I want to make you the father of many nations. Then He shows him the stars. Then He shows him the sand at the seashore. So the anytime Abraham is seeing that, oh, the future. Yeah, and that one alone is there because human beings are wired most of the time. Out of sight means out of mind. Things you are not seeing every day can easily leave your mind. It's very true. So what you do is that write them down, and they should not write them and go and put them. It's useless to write a plan and go and put it somewhere you don't see it. Writing it is to make it visible and plain so that it's everywhere. So I encourage people, you use your washroom every day. Do you have a plan that is maybe 1 month ahead? You can just write it as you do your evaluation at the end of the month. Write it, the most important plan or 2 of them. Write it and place it at your office, in your washroom, your bedroom, bedside, anywhere that can always remind you. So writing is very, very important. In fact, if somebody have not written down their plans, sometimes all the people that I know are doing great. They are intentional about putting down their plans so that they can make reference.
Let me share this personal. I remember last year during Ready to Pay, you talked about you had decided that you wanted to shave every day.
Yeah.
So you had tied your shaving stick to your toothpick.
Yeah.
And it was so any moment you pick your toothpick, you realize that you have to shave. So when I came home, I had a vision of an office studio I want to build. So what I did was that I drew the plan, and I have about I printed about 6 copies of them.
Wow.
And I've pasted them in my bedroom.
Wow.
So if you enter my bedroom, you have the design of the studio, how I want it, the number of offices I want, the number of studios that I want in the office space, the office complex, the plan. I've printed them and I've pasted them all around my bedroom. So any moments that I cite them, I know that okay, so if this is what I want to achieve at this particular time, then I have to do this, I have to do that. And trust me, it has really kept me going. Because anytime I see it, no, I have to work towards getting this. So I believe that writing it it's very, very good. And thank you too for that session. It has really blessed me. So also for bringing this conversation to a close, tell us or admonishes us some of the importance of planning, and if you fail to plan, what are some of the repercussions?
One of the most dangerous things in life is to wish or hope to become something and you don't have a plan for it. The same Luke 14 we read said that people will make mockery of you. You go about bragging, me, I'll be great. Everybody thinks they will be great.
Yeah.
Shemi, you see what I will become. Is today people take me for granted. Do you know what God can do to a person? God can change your life. My brother, if you don't have a plan, people will mock you hard time. So, one, plan will deliver you from mockery. Because you'll be telling people what you become. I had a relative. Oh, she was so good at telling people, I want my family to become like this. Me, I don't want my child walking in the sun. I want my child. And the person gave birth and I saw it. The child ate sand more than everybody. Because you don't just go about talking.
Yeah.
If you don't want your children to eat sand, it means you must be preparing for a life where they will not be around where sand is.
Yeah.
So you don't just talk about it. Otherwise, one day people are going to mock at you. The second thing about planning is that planning makes you accountable. You see, I keep telling people, it's better for you to plan and just achieve just 2% than not planning at all. Because when you plan, at least you know what you are about in life. It naturally makes you accountable. It puts you in charge of your life. You are determined how things should run. You know planning will avoid wastage.
Okay.
When you have a plan, you know who to say no to, and you know who to maintain in your tent. No wastage. I don't have time for wastage. I know things that will contribute to my life and things that will not contribute to my life. So because of my plan, if what you are bringing doesn't contribute to my plan, and I don't think this thing is worthy, I'll just tell you that let's put a hold on it. So plan will let you avoid wastage in your life. It will make you feel more accountable. It will deliver you from mockery, and it will bring you a sense of fulfillment. That will make you confident in life. When you meet very confident people in life, usually they are people who by reason of setting something and achieving it over the years have made them so much believe in themselves. There is something about setting a goal and carrying out a plan and having it achieved. It's one of the fastest ways to build your self-esteem and self-confidence, without which in life you almost be as if you are just walking through. So planning is great. It's great. Don't just have wishes in your mind. Don't just have a goal. A goal is nothing. What gives potency to goals and vision is planning. Without a plan, it's just like a vehicle without any fuel inside, without anything that can drive it to a destination. It's just standing there. Your plan is what gives that vehicle of your goals and visions that energy to be able to move to where they have to be.
Plans will give your goals the energy to move to where it ought to be. Also, thank you very much for passing through today. In fact, it's always a blessing sitting with you or hearing you speak. There's so much wisdom that God has placed in you, and as you said, you have the goal of giving your world the wisdom of God, and it is manifesting in some of these things. We are grateful for having you. So before you leave, what are your last words for us?
I want to say thank you very much for having me today. I'm so grateful. I'm so grateful. If you are watching us, if you have not subscribed, please do subscribe and like the videos. And don't just come and just go. Share it to somebody. Sometimes it's the little things that we do that really make us feel meaningful. You can just pick this video and send it to somebody, and you'll be shocked 10 years later they will tell you that video you sent me, I've had those testimonies. So share it with somebody and let that be a blessing. That is the word I want to leave with you today. Be a blessing to somebody, right? Share it, subscribe, and always have whatever that we are doing close to you. Thank you.
All right, that's all. God bless you. God bless you for passing through. If today happens to be your first time, as Osofo said, kindly subscribe and then turn on the post notification. We will always come your way every week with an insightful video, and I believe that it will be a blessing unto you. My name has always been Brakeku Simon, and as I always say, I love you very much, but remember, Christ loves you more than I do. Till you meet again, say adios. Bye-bye.
Hey there, welcome to the BKS podcast with Brakeku Simon. Get ready to dive deep into the atmosphere of growth in all facets of life, because that's what we're all about.